Hello, this is a Lighthouse Hall of Fame film. We are in the European server in Prokhorovka, standard mode South spawn, with a platoon of Luchs. That's the dynamic duo Akao and Sebastian Now, this isn't Akao's normal tank of choice, but he's teaming up with Sebastian. Sebastian's just downright expert at this tank. They've told their team they're going to go over to E1 or along the 1-2 line and spot Tier 7 fight. So this is the best, the worst, depending on how you look at it, they can get, unless they decide to team up 2801s and a Luchs like they did a few films ago. So they're holding hands on the way over there. T-37's found a lot of enemy in the middle with a 2801. That's good to see. He said that they both came over here in case an enemy scout came this way. They could double team them and try to take them out. And there are some tanks that light them up as they come in, so they both bail right away. They have a large force behind them. Man, I wish we got this kind of stuff in North American server. I just don't see it anymore. Everybody wants to go east instead of west, so you end up with 3 or 4 tanks instead of 8. They have excellent firepower behind them. They just have to stay alive and get the spots to allow their team to kill what they see. There's a 3601 and a Chinu farther back. There's a couple other tanks over here as well. Cromwell. So that, at least 5 enemy tanks, but 6. There's the other scout in the background. Good to see him way back there. It's not much of a threat to him back there. Superior firepower from their team is just good. This is going to be a blowout. Just watch. This is going to be funny. All they have to do is sit here and spot, and their team has such superiority in numbers. These guys are going to fall like flies. When the Tiger drops, I'm sure they'll start moving forward. Some of their support fire tanks are already moving forward, so here we go. Couple tanks in the middle. They take care of the mediums first so they don't get spotted moving north. He's feeling confident enough to fire at these guys because he has a couple bushes in the way. And now with that guy retreating down in the middle of that depression, it's time to finish going to the north. He may go to the middle. Maybe they think there's nobody left up the 1 and 2 line. Or they each went in on the action over here is more likely. They all disappeared because they're getting ROFL stomped. This has to be one of the easiest battles they've ever had, either platooned or solo. 4 minutes into the fight, there's 1 tank left. They've suffered 2 losses. So as the TD turning to face him, he just moves to where terrain's going to give him some cover. When he gets reloaded, oh, won't have to. There you go, guys. That's one of the best displays of teamwork in pubs you'll see. Completely uncoordinated, except for Sebastian and Akao working together. It's one of those happy moments where you tell people where you're going to go, and 67% of the team says, "Yeah, we'll come with you." And it turns out they can all shoot and hit their targets, and you just mow people down and grin crazily while you see it unfold. It's like, to some people that's a boring battle. Maybe if it happened every time like that, it would be boring. But when you play scouts and you go battle after battle where only one or two people come with you, or you have 9 tanks lit up and nobody shoots at them even though they're in range, you just shake your head and you get frustrated. So games like this gives you hope that, hey, maybe some point in the future we'll start having games like this more often, the way we used to several years ago, when it was pretty common to have teams support their scouts. That's fallen by the wayside for some reason. So for the battle, he gets 766 damage and 2 kills. 35 of 60 shooting, that's 58%. And he got 4,408 spotting damage, because after they initially got spotted and did a little circle, he went back up to the top, and Akao set down farther, closer to Camper Road, so he couldn't see as much. He had 8 spots, got 34,064 credits, and 2,217 XP. Stayed alive, got a patrol duty, spotter, fire for effect, and bruiser, many medals, and it gave him a battle score of 2,262, good for 17th place. Not really much to say about this one. They tried to make it to E2 together with the idea that if an enemy scout opposed them, they would be able to team up on him and do good damage and force him back while they retreated. They had a retreat from 2 enemy tanks, and then they immediately tried to take up spotting positions as soon as they got concealment back, and they were each able to. And when you see that many tanks coming behind you, it's like you're just praying to get to a good spotting location, because you know what's going to happen if you do. A complete blowout. Because the team behind them proved capable shots, and they mowed them down in very short order. Barely over 4 minutes to victory again. We've been seeing a lot of these lately. And this is one where passive spotting led to the blowout. Everybody tells you that passive spotting is dead, and you have to be active nowadays to do well, but there's an awful lot of maps. Now granted, this is a passive spotting map if you want to do it that way. There's a lot of maps where you can, maybe not quite as quickly or quite as dramatically, impact the fight, but there's a lot of maps where passive spotting is a 100% viable technique. So it's something you should definitely learn and perfect and have in your bag of tricks, because there's, at any time during any battle, you may find yourself in a situation where passive spotting is the right thing to do. From Prokhorovka standard mode south spawn, Akao and sebastianpotachka in a platoon, with sebastianpotachka getting into the Hall of Fame. Happy hunting.